I am the Globglogabgalab, the schwabble double wobble gobble flibber blubber blub. I'm
And no, stop. I will not review. What now?
Don't forget me.
Angel, you want to do a review? Okay, come up here. Okay. What is it, Angel?
You have something else to fix. No.
Okay, don't get upset, okay. So, here are the top screw-ups I made on retrospective reviews. And I sure did a lot, huh, Angel?
People have been bitching about the mistakes you made
Let us
on
begin.
the show that were obvious. You need to address it. Water can be orange.
Ah, yes. The King and I review, where I pretty much commented on how the hell water was orange.
Orange, like orange soda. How do you fuck the color of water up?
But in some cases, water can definitely be orange. But that's usually due to rust or sediment, like if it has an orangey or reddish tint to it. The problem is with this film, it does make a valid explanation here, because we don't see any orange soil or rust within this sequence of The King and I. And judging by the other animation mistakes that was plagued throughout this movie, that is just among the few.
There was a DOS version of The Town with No Name.
Well, I covered The Town with No Name only being released on the Commodore Amiga CD, but it turns out that there was a DOS version, and by the time I streamed this episode, a couple of years ago, that was obviously the DOS version and I didn't even realize it. I thought that it was likely stolen from an emulator, but get me wrong, still doesn't justify the horrible pacing and look of the game.
Darn, just one more page and I would have finished this book.
I say, another April Fool's episode being critiqued on an April Fool's episode.
Submarines did exist in 1915.
Yes, an obvious mistake I made was the fact that they had submarines in 1915, which is the year this movie takes place, because they're searching for a Titanic. In fact, there actually were submarines that actually existed in the Civil War. Hell, the first one actually was used during the American Revolution that was powered by foot pedals. Now, what I was really mentioning was really a submersible. Something that could pretty much survive underwater, but holy shit, they did exist. What can I say? Well, probably the reason that this review came out because it was obviously rushed, which I definitely shouldn't have done because I had just saw the 3D re-release of the Titanic, and so I was just desperate to do a review on a horrible animated sequel of a horrible animated sequel based on the Titanic. But let us not forget the rapping shark.
Don't need to know, the world is ready and the ocean will flow. I'm the great terror on the coral reef.
That was Abyssinia, not Egypt.
Similar kingdoms and different people. Why wasn't I paying close attention to the prologue? In fact, it's very obscure, it's easy to miss. And of course, this was definitely not ancient Egypt. It's ancient Abyssinia, which is now modern-day Ethiopia. Which begs the question, why was there whitewashing to begin with if that was the case? Well, other than that, it's Happy Madison and they don't give a shit. Yes, I know they were likely trading partners with ancient Egypt around the same time period, but it's Abyssinia. Pretty similar. Yeah.
Bullets can bounce off water.
Oh, yes. The mistake I got the most lashback from recently was from the Rurouni Kenshin OVA of the new Kyoto arc. And they're referring to this scene in particular, where Yumi fires at Saito while he's swimming underwater. And it turns out that bullets that were fired this rapidly at this particular angle do bounce off water. Hell, it was even proven on Mythbusters that it was confirmed. And I looked back on it and y'all were right in the comments section. Though that doesn't explain how he could swim so fast underwater. He's not exactly Michael Phelps. you can easily survive being shot at underwater from above the surface. Why wasn't I thinking?
Let me go! I've done my job, please!
You know what? I'm glad for the first time Angel cannot talk.
Ja, nästa fossin näjän. Ja köpilglyp yksnell lufnia. Välvä välvä veslo vägu 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 väusen. Välä vägu molgen näjä.